Thank you, Sunny, and good afternoon to you. Sunny, you are aware that the country's economy is made up of 80% in the informal sector. And this informal sector was heavily affected during the COVID-19 period. And we've not had so much of a research to tell us the real impact about this effect. But that is Women in Informal Employment, have done an extensive research in this area, and today that study report has been released. Let me say that this is the second round report. The first round report was somewhere in April last year, but the second round report is out today. The launch just ended some few hours ago with the General Secretary of the TUC launching that report. But we are fortunate to be joined by the lead consultant who held this, who had this research, in Dr. Usu, and he's joining us to tell us the key findings about this particular research and the recommendations and what they are trying to achieve with this particular finding that has come out. Thank you so much, and good afternoon to you, Doctor.
Good afternoon.
You are welcome to GBC News Live. We want to find out what was the basis for this particular research, and what went into this research. What were your
First and foremost, as you indicated in your intro, this study was undertaken by WIGO, that is Women in Informal Employment, Globalizing and Organizing. It's a global research and advocacy organization that seeks to empower the working class in the informal sector. So this study, the first round was undertaken 2020, June, July. And then the first round, 2020, June, July. The second round was undertaken, that was last year, June, July. And the objective was basically to assess the impact of COVID-19 on informal workers, especially their lives and livelihoods, and also to kind of understand the extent to which they are recovering from the crisis. So as you said, we launched the second round, that's today, focusing specifically on Accra. We actually interviewed workers from 4 subsectors: waste pickers, market traders, street vendors, and the kaya. The key findings are that first, they've not recovered from income losses. Yes, because their incomes have not gotten, it's not up to what pertains to the pre-COVID periods. Secondly, they are working lesser days compared to last, when we did the first round study. In terms of food insecurity, it also emerged from the study that there is a high increase in the household adults hunger. Households are eating less, a small variety of food, and also they're also skipping meals to cope with the impact of the crisis. The other issue has to do with the fact that they're also reducing going down their savings to be able to cope with the impact of the crisis. But one interesting thing about the study is that within the Ghanaian context, realize that it's what we call crisis on top of crisis. In the midst of COVID-19, especially where government, MMDs are embarking on all kinds of evictions without actually consulting the informal workers and their leaders to see how this eviction exercises impact on their livelihoods. And the informal workers put crisis upon top of crisis. For WIGO, we are as an advocacy organization, so we want to bring to light the challenges that this working class are facing in the informal economy, who are most often overlooked by state policy makers and state actors. So we want to just bring light on the challenges that these workers are facing, for government actors or state actors to act on because they constitute a very critical segment of the urban economy. As you indicated, the urban workforce, 80% of urban agriculture urban workforce is in the informal economy. And if you focus on even Greater Accra, 56% of the labor force is found in the informal economy. Now you feel that they are critical components of the urban economy, yet they're overlooked or they are not even recognized at all. One critical issue that we met from the state is the lack of relief for the informal workers.
But we know government were dishing out some relief, food item and other things. Did that come up in your research?
In fact, our research showed that only those that we interviewed, only about 5% say that they receive food assistance. But cash grants, 0%. Okay, and we know Ghana, if Ghana government give a cash grant, they will not get to who needed it the most, i.e. the informal workers. Of course, we are aware of the MDSSI program, the loan that which is under the CAP or the Coronavirus Alleviation Program. You see, the challenge is that we, in our analysis, we made that this program was not designed for the informal. Why are we saying this? If you see, ask them to go online to apply, you see the cumbersome process that they have to go through to apply for this loan. And then secondly, there were other requirements that they find it difficult to meet. You have to provide 10 numbers. Look at the bureaucratic process they have to go through to acquire 10 numbers. So before some of them could apply, it was too late for them.
Sure, Doc, there's not so much time. I want us to go straight. We will invite you probably so that we digest so much into that. But can you tell us what are your recommendations? What are you recommending? What should government do to be able to make sure that these informal sector workers recover quickly? Because we are all on the path of recovery, and that one we want to do.
I mean, during the lunch, you hear the voices of the informal workers. Some are asking for respect and recognition, and that their right to work should be protected because they are workers just like any other worker within the urban economy. So that's the first thing, is that their right to work should be protected. Second, they should be organized by state actors. The MMDs, before they embark on any interventions, the informal actors need to be consulted. They have to be brought to the table for them to discuss how that even policy impacts on their livelihoods. And then second, social protection schemes should also be tailored towards, especially informal, the poor working class in the urban economy. We know LEAP is there, but LEAP caters basically for rural folks, or rural poverty, urban poverty. So it's a situation where the LEAP program, if it's possible, should be extended to cover the urban poor as well.
Doc, we are so grateful. We'll find time also to go deep into that discussion with you. And so that has been the research finding that and I've been speaking with the lead consultant for WIGO. And so I earlier also spoke to the TUC General Secretary, Dr. Ba, who said that there is the need for the ministry to take care of the informal sector. And that one we would also be keeping an eye on, and we will keep our viewers updated. For GBC News, my name is Michael Dawanu reporting.